Hi, and welcome to episode 2 of Breathe Sunday. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is probably the most well-known pranayama or yogic breath, simply because we use it in our day-to-day kind of vinyasa flows. So Ujjayi means victorious. It's also known as warrior breath. It's also known as ocean breath because of the noise that goes with it, and I like to call it Darth Vader breath, but that's just me. So the point of Ujjayi is, well, it's great for focusing the mind. It's great, it's very calming. But it also builds oxygenation in your body, and there it also, and through that also builds heat in your body. So traditionally you do Ujjayi breath throughout your whole vinyasa practice. I don't actually recommend that, simply because it's quite hard on the vocal cords. And for example, if you're a singer or you talk a lot like me, it can actually be straining. So don't necessarily do it throughout the class, but it's great at the start of your yoga practice to just kind of focus everything, focus your mind, focus your breath, find your rhythm, the rhythm to your breath for today, and just activate everything. And then it's great to come back to throughout your practice. If you are looking to go a little bit deeper in a pose, if you're looking to stay a little bit longer and it's getting really hard, just focus everything by this powerful breath. And it's great for that. So, no, before I actually start the breathing, I also want to talk about it's great for preserving the prana. So in yoga, we talk a lot about prana, which also means life force. And yogis, we want to lock the prana in our bodies. We don't want it to leave. So, for example, when we breathe out, we're just releasing a lot of life force. And traditionally, we want to keep this life force in our bodies to live longer and be healthier. And you do that, amongst other things, by engaging your chakras. So, for example, your the chakra in your lower pelvic floor and your throat chakras, they kind of prevent the prana from leaving your orifices. So we engage that lower pelvic floor, we engage here in the throat, and we keep all the life force inside our bodies. So that's a more traditional way of thinking. Anyway, to the breath, find a comfortable seat, sit up really tall, and first time, let's open the mouth and just pretend that you're fogging up a mirror. So you feel when you do that, you feel there's a little bit of slight engagement in the back of your throat. Now try that again, but mouth closed. So that's the exhale. Now try and inhale, but with that same engagement in the back of your throat. So that's where the noise comes from. So it's this activation in the back of your throat. Now, that's the noisy part of it. What is also really important in Ujjayi breath is we want it to start at the inhale at the bottom of our belly and move up. And as we do that, we want to expand. So we start by expanding our lower belly, and then we expand, 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 all the way up to our throat. And then when we exhale, it goes back down. And it's not enough to just move it up. It really also has to expand. So imagine, like, if I have this circle here and my spine is in the middle of that. That's the feeling I want you to get, is pretend your spine was in the middle of your torso, and as you expand, your whole torso is going, and as you exhale, it goes. So there's a lot of engagement in this breath. It is a powerful breath. So comfortable seat, And then starting in your lower belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you should be able to, just from these few breaths, you should be able to actually already feel the power of this breath. Feel the oxygenation happening in your body and the heat building up from this. You should also feel kind of how calming and how focusing this breath is. It really is amazing. I use it all the time. If I'm feeling stressed and I'm feeling anxious, I take a minute to just sit down, close my eyes, and as if I want to take control of my breath. And especially if part of your anxiety, if you have anxiety, and how your anxiety expresses itself is that your breath gets shorter and shorter, and it feels like it's caught up in your upper chest. This is a great one because it just kind of moves everything back down. So it's great for day-to-day practice, but also remember that we're not supposed to be, it's not necessarily ideal to be doing for like an hour and in a row. So just kind of come in and out, come back to it whenever you feel you need it. Anyway, I hope this has been useful for you, and I'll be back next Sunday with the next episode of Breathe Sunday. Thank you.